Hi, I'm Larry Bartley, and I'm joined by Bebe Rexha. How are you, Bebe?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. Your debut album is coming on June 22nd.
Yes.
It's called Expectations. That's quite a loaded title.
I
Can
know.
you explain?
Oh man, I just think life is very unexpected for the good and the bad, and I think that's why I named it Expectations.
Okay.
But to go in like a deeper explanation of it, I think it's more so like you expect to fall in love this way, or to be successful this way, or this is how you plan, your life to go, and you'll get married and have kids and this and that, and then life is always kind of like, I'm gonna do it the way that I want to. So I think life, it's good to keep your expectations kind of low so that you just never know what to expect and just go with the flow.
Okay. So this follows 2 EPs.
Yeah.
What can we expect from the album?
I think it's like everything that's ever inspired me and that I've put out, I think it will all make sense from like the beginning of like the first song I ever put out, like on Spotify or like on any like streaming services, like I'm Gonna Show You Crazy, which was like this pop rock song, and I was like touring it on like Warped Tour, and like it was like all this rock and emo kids and like and screamo, and it was like more of like, it was a record that was like pop rock that was based off of like mental health care, and it was like really raw and like in your face. And then I slowly like went into like these dance records, and then did like the G-Eazy song, you know what I mean? So I think I'm taking like all of my favorite things and combining it so that people understand how that all came from me.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I take like 90s guitar sounds that I love because I was inspired by No Doubt, and then I love hip hop music, but obviously I'm not a rapper. So I'm like, how can I combine that with urban and rhythmic? So I take like rhythmic drum patterns or like 808s and put them underneath like a cool guitar, and then just write really super real songs on them.
So it's very eclectic then.
It's really cool. It sounds like it's eclectic, I guess you can say that, but it sounds like it makes sense when you hear it.
Okay. You mentioned hip hop there. You got Quavo
Yeah.
guesting on 2005. How did that collaboration come about?
We met at the VMAs, I think, and I was like, "You're amazing. I want to work with you." And he's like, "I'm down." So one day he was in LA, and I was like, "Hey, I'm at the studio if you want to come and like write a song." And he's like, "Maybe, yeah." And then they like end up coming by, and I was like, "Let's write." And I had like this guitar loop going, so I was like, maybe we should just write to this. And I was like, I don't know if he'll write to this because it's like so different for him, because it's like a 90s like rock guitar, like a riff, and he just started like singing, and I was like, this is so cool and different.
What's he like as a collaborator?
He's I've said this before, he's honestly incredible in the studio, like a genius. Like we'll go in the booth and come up with 8,001 ideas in like 2 seconds. Incredible. Like writes the verse in his head, is so quick, and like everything is phenomenal.
Who produced the album?
There's a couple of producers. This one producer's name is Yusi. He's really cool. He like loves like hard metal guitars, and I was able to like take that side of him and like put it in the pop world somehow. And he did the 2 Souls on Fire with me and Quavo, which was so cool because you have like this guy who loves like heavy metal and like Quavo in the room who's like hip hop, and then me, and it was like this. I just love doing things that like are not supposed to work and like just make people feel uncomfortable. And so he did most of the album. We have this guy Jason Evigan, who's an incredible producer. And some other incredible producers, but mostly them.
So you have a long history of being a songwriter as well as a singer in your own right. So you've worked with Rihanna, or you've written songs for Rihanna, Selena Gomez, Nick Jonas, Tinashe, lots of people. What is it like being a songwriter and giving songs to other people as opposed to releasing them yourself?
It's like different, it's a lot less stressful because like you write the song, but it's not like going out under your name. When you put something under your name, you're like, oh my gosh, I hope this does good, and it's like takes a lot more time and a lot more work to like really promote it and everything. But I think if the song fits for either me or another artist, it's fulfilling in both ways. Mm-hmm. It really is.
What? How does it work? Do you write with them in the room, or do you like write it and then send it to them? Is it quite a separate process?
It changes, it changes. Like when we did Meant to Be, it was originally a Florida Georgia Line song. That's why it's a pop country song. And I went in to write with them for them, or we were just, that was my mindset. But the song was like so great, and I felt so connected to it. I was like, okay, this is weird, but I have to, like, it doesn't fit what I usually do, but I have to put this on my EP because I have to put it out because it's too special. But then sometimes, like, I'll write something and send it off to the artist because I think that it's like a great song, but it's not like what I want to put out at the time, or it's not the right cycle time or whatever.
So you never regretted sending a song on?
No.
You once worked with Pete Wentz of Fall Out Boy.
Yes.
Enemy readers will be interested to know, on a band called Black Cards. That was back in 2010 to 2012. What was it like looking back on that?
It was a really cool period. Like, I learned a lot about music and like the entertainment business, and I think it was a very important time period, like, so that I could like learn more about myself, and learn about like how much I was able to push myself and like what I was capable of. But I definitely learned like a lot from Pete, because I remember like when I first went on the road, like, I didn't even know how to like talk on stage. I was like freaked out. It's like, aren't you supposed to sing the songs? But then I would watch Pete, and he was so incredible at banter. Like, he was so funny and like just so personable. I was like, I need to learn how to do this. And then during interviews, the same way. Like, he was just so good at what he did. Like, he's just, I think he's just so personable, and like you can really connect with him. So that was like a really good. It was kind of like a training period for me. But like I was glad I was like in that situation, because I feel like if it was in any other situation, like if it was like a girl group or something that was like too like glossy, I feel like I wouldn't have so much depth, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I learned a lot from him in that world.
Are you still in touch with him? Would you ever collaborate with him again?
Yeah, like I have like a love-hate relationship with Pete, because when Black Cards ended, I was really sad and I didn't want it to end, but it was like the right thing to do. And like the managers told me, they were like, this is not gonna work out anymore, and I was like mad at him, and I was like, why couldn't he just tell me himself? But then now we see each other all the time, and like it's like, how could you hate Pete? Like, I love him so much, and I see him everywhere. And like I saw Fall Out Boy perform at this event. They did this charity event with me for all the survivors of the gun school shootings. So we did an event for them, and a charity event, and they were there, and I watched him perform. Like, I watched him perform with Fall Out Boy, and it was like such a cool moment, because I'm like, this is like, they're epic. Like, and I saw him, and it was really nice. It made sense, you know what I mean? Like, I think he was just trying to do something different with me, and I was so young and like dumb, and like,
you thought it was going to last forever?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna like break out into the scene, and it was gonna be a one-take thing, like, oh, this is so easy. But it's like, no, it's not. It requires a lot of work. And then when I saw Fall Out Boy out there, I was like, this is like who he truly is, and like this is his like element, and like this is where Pete stemmed from, and this is right, you know?
But it's also helped you get where you are now.
Yeah, now I'm like, I like, respect him, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
You mentioned an event just now. You also held a women's dinner recently.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Called Women in Harmony. I don't know, I just feel like nobody ever does anything for girls in like LA, especially in the music business. And I even had somebody like who was from, I don't know if she was from Brazil or something, but she was like, nobody ever does this stuff. Like, how can we do more things like this? I want to help you like do this worldwide. And it's just basically just a dinner to celebrate women that are in music, that can like write songs and sing, and artists, and like so many people showed up. It was cool. We had like Avril Lavigne and like Esther Dean and Charlie XCX and all these massive songwriters, and it was really, really cool.
Did you do a speech?
I was like, we're all bad bitches, and I don't know what I said, like, whatever, I was in the moment. It was cool though.
Cool.
I was really nervous though, because I wanted like everybody to be happy. Like, if you ever hosted like a dinner or something, I was like, I wanted to make sure everybody got food. And then at one point it got so packed, because I didn't like expect so many people to show up. I had like no more, there was no more table at the room at the tables. Like pull chairs and like give up my seat. I was like, no. Yeah.
You've done lots of collaborations in your career so far.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you really want to collaborate with in future?
I feel like if I say it, it won't come true. but I would love to collaborate with Lauryn Hill.
Okay. Is she one of your
Miss
favorites, like
Lauryn
all-time
Hill.
favorites?
Yes.
Why her?
Because I just feel like her music is, when I listen to it, makes me feel better, and it makes me feel something, like just beyond like getting me amped up or something. It makes me like feel something deeper, like in my soul, and I feel like that's really hard to do sometimes with music. You know, like there's certain songs like you listen to an opera song or certain like sad songs and it like gets to you, but I think some of her songs are even like are so positive, but they make you feel something, like, because it's so real.
What's your favorite Lauryn Hill?
I don't know, there's so many. I love Zion, just because I love like the story it's based on, and I just love how real and like true that was. Like, you know, I could imagine like being pregnant like at the height of your career and like people telling you that. I think that song is like epic.
Expectations. Are you touring it?
In the new year.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what can we expect from that? Are you started planning yet?
No, I have not started planning yet.
Okay.
I like to wait last minute.
Okay. And just bring in surprises.
No, not bringing surprises, but like I'm very like much so like it has to hit me. Sometimes I'll write things down in like my book or like in my thing, but I always have like cool ideas and I'll just put them down. But like, yeah, I haven't like really written anything down yet. I have some cool ideas, but nothing like crazy yet.
Okay.
Nothing like phenomenal to talk about.
Okay. So until then, we just got the album coming in.
Just the album. I'm focusing on music right now.
It's coming in a month.
Yeah, 1 month.
We're looking forward to it.
I'm getting a house, so like I'm gonna be like hiding in my house.
Just listening to the reactions to the
No,
album.
I'm not going
Hiding
to.
from
I'm
the
gonna
reactions.
hide in the basement with a
Well,
blanket over my head.
We're looking forward to hearing it. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thanks.